just a little behind, so I'm not quite at my weigh-in station yet. Getting my coffee together and just finished a little elimination, if you know what I mean. So things are looking hopeful today. Do I break into a new decade? We're about to find out here. And oh, it's been quite a week, you guys. And no, someone commented on my eyes before, so I'm gonna let you know I'm in the midst of an allergy attack. So just ignore them. I'm not high, was the comment I got last time. So just want you to know I'm not stoned off my rocker at 7 a.m. Hawaii time. I I gotta figure out this weigh-in day thing, you guys, because I'm Thursdays are like my video editing day. I don't know why everything stacks up at the end of the week. Um, but for my podcast, and I end up on the computer late, and then it's hard for me to wind down and go to sleep. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it, man. Um, so I went to Maui this weekend, which I live over on Oahu. Have you guys been to Hawaii yet? Let me know in the comments if you have. So I live on the island where Waikiki and Honolulu is, all of that. And I popped over to Maui to visit. A good friend of mine was here. And I ate and drank all the friggin' things last weekend. But I have to say, I think I did. Oh, we need lights. I did a really good job with like balancing out. Um, like if we ate like a bunch of crap the night before, which we did all nights, I then like extended my fast in the morning. And I just love intermittent fasting as a tool to balance my eating, but also just my gut health. Like it just feels, I feel so much cleaner. Like my gut feels cleaner. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I don't have this layer on my body. So when I lost 120 pounds last time and then proceeded to move back here, get sick, and change my whole routine and all of that, and gained back about 80. And I noticed when last time I lost all my weight, I didn't have all these tools, right? It was like really hard. And this time I'm like, psh, I'm in the pocket now, you know? It's like it took me 2.5 years to arrange my life to where I can live it. And now I just know it's going to happen, right? Like it's just gonna happen. Hey, who's there? Welcome. Drop me a comment. Keep me your comments keep me going, man. Oh, so I met with my life coach this week, or one of them. I hired like a team of people this time around in my entrepreneur journey because this shit ain't for the weak, man. Being an entrepreneur is not for the weak. Good morning. How are you? Mike DeLuzzo. Love that. So, I am just getting ready for my weekly weigh-in. I'm on the sleigh to lose 100 pounds again. And I was just saying how much easier it is this time around because I have all these tools. Last time, it was like the hunt for the tools. This time, I feel like, sorry, I'm getting all my shit together. I feel like I have all the tools and I know what works for my body and what's easy, and I just popped right back in that pocket. And this time it's really about really watching and honoring myself and what how I want to show up and take care of myself, right? And normalizing that. So I'm doing a lot of future self focused work. Like this week's podcast, we're talking about eating like your future self. Like, what does it look like when you're that person that's reached your weight loss goal? Like, how does she eat differently than you eat right now? And then how do we bridge that gap, right? I do a lot of coaching, and I think one of the things I see is that we don't have a vision of that. We might be able to see ourselves at the scale because we've been there before, but like, what is that outcome and that desire we want? And this has been part of like a quest for me forever with food. I don't know if you guys have ever struggled with weight or with food. Well, in fact, I would bet 80% of you have if you're women. Because according to the statistics, what is it like? 8 out of 10 women, so 80%, have been on like 8 or diets or more in the last year. Now, this has probably changed. I'd be interesting to see that stat with the GLP-1s, which, by the way, I'm not taking. No judgment if you do take, but people are always curious, I think, anymore when you see a weight loss journey, what that looks like. How did I do with my coffee cup, you guys? Are you friggin'? So tired. So I used to weigh in on Facebook all the time, and I switched over here to the YouTube. And I'm going to ultimately probably live stream all over, but I can't figure that out yet. I don't know what I'm doing, in other words. So I lost like over 100 pounds live, right? And kept it off for quite a few years, built this life of my dreams. I was traveling around in my RV, and my daughter had come visit me for all the big long periods of time. And living in Hawaii, you don't get to see the States. So I thought, how could I be the coolest mom ever living across the ocean? So I got this RV and we traveled and we did all the things. And then high school hit and she couldn't leave Hawaii anymore. And my health struggles here. So I knew coming back here was going to be a challenge, but 80 pounds worth of a challenge, right? So, because food's my thing, we all have our thing, right? Some people have alcohol, some people have the pot, some people have the Netflix, or excessive working out. Why wasn't that my thing, you guys? You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking at those people like, what the fuck, dude? Why can't I be the excessive worker outer? You know what I mean? I love food too, Kath. I know. I know, it's the thing. And then it's like, what you had an aha in the group the other day that I thought was really cool. I had to get my scale. It's like, I just got up because I was like editing video till late, and then I gotta steal my True Darks back from Millie. I let her borrow them, but your eyes, you know how you don't shut down? Like that night you were editing your website, were you up to like all hours? Because then you can't wind down and get to sleep. You know what I mean? So I know that was a big ramble. I don't know what I was talking about, you guys. Oh, loving food, right? Like food's my thing. Like I know when I'm out of alignment, I seek it for comfort. And I like, once you're aware of yourself, once you have, let me turn this light. I want a little light, but I want to look like, oh God, that's just too much. Here, I'll just put it over there like that. So you can sort of see me, but I look like spooky. So, Kath, what was I saying? Yeah, see, I'm totally still having my allergy attack. Remember that chick last time thought I was high? So I just want everyone to know I'm not stoned. It's a little early. But, what was I saying? Shit. I can't remember. You had an aha in the group I was going to share. Oh, about food, or maybe it was Belinda, about um, not hating the food, or there was something like that. I can't think what it was. I'd really like to that person that rewards celebrates with a quick mile walk, maybe. Yes. This is the thing, like figuring out how we celebrate, right? And what that looks like, that I'm not celebrating out at a bar with cocktails or drinks or something. This was a huge quest for me last time because I was drinking so heavy. And in the past like couple of years, I feel like I've gone in and out of bouts with that, but it just absolutely does not serve me. So it's really easy to not do it because it flares me up, and the eczema and all of that. And when you're dealing with inflammation, it's like the worst thing you can do for yourself, right? So it's pretty easy to stay away from when I'm here. But like when I go to Phoenix or something, that's another story. But the first time on my journey, quitting the booze for a while, I knew was critical, right? And at that time, I couldn't imagine going like 5 days without, oh my eyes, with that 5 days without like a glass cup, wine at night. Like I just really was like, couldn't do it. I started listening to this woman called Rachel Hart, and she's a life coach from Life Coach School. And she's just genius with alcohol. Anyone looking to take a break, she's so great with the mindset part of it and about just taking a break and changing your relationship with it, regardless of whatever you decide to do. And so I dove into a lot of that. So I just find the journey so different this time. Like, Kath, you were talking about last night how now it's about, would you say, not it's about just getting healthy, it's not about our skinny jeans anymore, right? It's about, well, also like Dr. Mindy Havers says, it's about staying out of the hospital, right? Like, or out of the retirement home at this stage, you know? But like, we just want to feel friggin' good and love ourselves with the food we put in our body, you know? So I've been doing this thing. Before. So the life coach I hired, she's pretty woo, which is why I hired her because I love some woo shit. And she's like deep into ascension and all of that. And I'm like, I'm just open and I'm learning and whatever. But so I've been doing this to knock out like my limiting beliefs. And my limiting belief ultimately, like my fear with everything, like with me staying at that you guys, I used to call it my soul sucking job. And she's like, the story is not serving you. She's like, we need to go back and rewrite the story. So we went back and we rewrote the story because I really am so grateful for those 2.5 years at that job. It paid me a lot of money. It gave me the ability to become a yoga teacher and get the Fast Like a Girl certification, to take a lot of trips. You know, it even paid for my travel because we were going to conferences to the mainland, and then I piggyback. I went to New York City. I got to see my daughter twice a year just from being on the way to the conference. There's so many great things to be grateful for. So I started rewriting this story. And I couldn't believe when we got to the end of me talking about this story about why I thought, oh, it was so soul sucking, and why that was so bad and what it brought up. And when she got down in the questions and started digging out, it all went back to, it's like I'm not living my life. And she's like, and what is that like? And I said, and I'm just sitting around eating and blowing up in bed. And she's like, and what's that about? And I'm like, oh my God, this still goes back to my dad. I'm fucking 52. So my dad was morbidly obese, you guys. Like, he was 6'7", but like over 800 pounds. They had to cut the door out of the house to remove him. And listen, my dad was the coolest shit ever. Like, everybody loves my dad. He's so sweet, kind, and generous. And I just think about how he didn't live out his dreams and smushed his soul. That's like what I think happened to him, right? And so I have that whole story still playing, and I'm like, I thought I tackled the shadow last time when I lost the weight. I did a ton of shadow work around this, into loving my father and forgiveness and, you know, all of that stuff. And here it comes back to this childhood fear of becoming like that, of becoming bedridden and not living my life, and just like being on this hamster wheel that is like is the same day but also very inactive, right? So I was so surprised to see that come up again. I was like, are you friggin' kidding me? Like, oh God, how much more work do I have to do? And she's like, well, it comes down to this fear. When you're living in fear, what are those fears? In fear of, what did that symbolize to me, right? Like his um, depression, not depressed. I don't even know if I would say he was depressed, but like, um, there was some D word and we decided for me. I can't figure it out. So anyhow, you guys, I have this whole list of stuff that happened. I gotta figure this light shit out, right? Like, fucking A, man. So I have this whole list of stuff that came out from this session with her, and that um, I started working through with the pendulum. So it's like this muscle memory test. So what they say is your body has the innate, And everything in your body already knows the answer to whatever question you have. And you can do it a couple different ways. You know, the old arm test, if it's true or not. Have you guys done that in groups, like, or team building, where they like go to push your arm down, right? Or if it's true or not. If it's false, your arm will break. Same thing, but then you got to have a partner for that. So I'm like, well, I'll get this thing out. Hippie in our group gave this to me a while ago, and I started getting into it, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm moving it or what, so I've been playing with it. Like, will I break into the 270s today? Oh, it's saying yes. It's saying yes, Kathy. Okay. Someone asked me a question. I'm going to drink some tobacco juice. Oh, that sounds disgusting, man. I used to smoke. You don't want to do that shit. Okay. Um, yes. Yes! I know. Okay, Kathy, ask me a question. Is Kathy going to blow her goal out of the water this weekend? I don't know how I would know for you. I won't know for you, though. Okay, let's ask it something universal. Is the midlife badassery group the best group on the planet? Yes. Decidedly yes. Okay, all right. Let's ask it something serious. Okay. Wait, I can't be still enough. Hold on. I gotta rest my arm for a second. What can we ask it, Kath? How about, will I go to Phoenix before summer? Will I go to Phoenix before summer? No. That's a no. Okay. So anyhow, you get the idea, right? So in going through all of this stuff and like finding all the shadows we're digging up, I was set out to work on abundance, by the way. And the abundance, the feeling of joy, the feeling of that awe, that freaking, I'm sorry I wasn't ready for this live, you guys. Hold on. Probably makes it more entertaining somehow. YouTube's gonna be like, I'm never showing your shit to anybody ever again, ever. So, bringing up all these shadows, I was going to work on abundance, and it's still all tied in with friggin' weight. This is why I think some of us we choose these paths, right? And we choose these paths to be on, and the things that are going to impact us in our life through illness, through weight, through trauma, like whatever it is. And it is what you make out of it. And I really needed that coach to look at me and say, hey, you're making it mean this, and this isn't coming from a place of love and gratitude. And I was like, it hurts to hear shit like that. And then sometimes you're like, yeah, I really needed to be called on that, because it's exactly what I would coach someone else on. This is why we can't coach ourselves, right? So it's easy for me to find time in the day to do my PM meditation. It's easy for me to find time in the day to do my PM meditation. Yeah, see, I still don't believe that, you guys. Yeah. It feels hard. It's hard because I'm like in the middle of work. Kath, I almost need to schedule group meditation every friggin' day. Just so I do it. This is why we have the one, but I don't want to blow the calendar up. Maybe I'll do a Slayer's meditation circle. And then I think when I open the Me First group, I want to probably do book club with it too. Like one book every 2 months or something. Yeah, so I I self-coach myself every morning, and I feel like it's very powerful. I do that through the morning pages, where Stream of Conscious 3, where I brain dump everything and I rewire my thoughts, and I just tapped out shit for 30 minutes. I mean, I think we have to take the coaching, and if we're going to really evolve and collapse the timeline between where we are and where we're going, put it into action, right? And I think that's something I'm really good about on my journey, and it's why I was successful losing weight last time, is like I don't just go learn all the shit, I do the shit, right? Like I'll just try everything. And half the people hang out around me because they want to see what I'll try next. Like the Vibe plate, like the vitamins, like the fasting, the bulletproof coffee, like just trying all the shit, right? And by the way, I am taking Acromancia. Have you guys seen that? Halle Berry's pimping it, but um my naturopath recommended it. It's part of my mold detox routine. It's really good for your gut health. And I do really like it. I think I can tell a difference. But I'm detoxing from so much shit. So much shit, you guys. I can't even tell you. When I have my toxic load test, I have 8 high toxic loads. The top one is black mold. And when my face really started to flare up in Arizona, I can look back at that time frame and it's like I was just really exposed to something. You can tell it was like my body was just screaming, right? And I have like a load from pesticides and other toxins out there. It's just crazy. Oh my God, I've been talking for friggin' 20 minutes. Shit, that's hot. Okay, let's weigh in, calf. What do you think? Am I busting into the 270s? It's going to be close. Because I was going to fast yesterday because I'm still making up for Maui a little bit. Although I came back from Maui down a pound. You know how sometimes it shows up later? I love to gamify the scale. Like some people get up in their heads about the scale. And I have to say, when I was going through my weight gain period, I wasn't on the scale as much as I am now. And there you go, my weight gain period, right? Because it's a lot easier to own up to something if you're looking at it. It's like getting all these shit thoughts out of my head. Like I can't do anything about them if I'm not getting them out of my head, right? So, but I love to like be like, okay, what if I did it, like here's, oh, if I do this I could do it, right? So it was funny because Jenny, my coach that I was talking about, she said how she's always, when I went to coach with her, my shirt went like something dropped and I was like this and she's like, am I gonna get a titty shot? And I was like, no. And she's like, I wait for that every time you get on the scale, because when I weighed in on Facebook I would just be naked and my scale is reflective, but this is a new scale and this is super reflective. I am like, you can see the dimples on my legs in this sucker, you know what I mean? So okay, let's get dressed. And I think I'm going to do some progress pics in my little swimsuit when I'm done too, because I'm in the 10-pound down range. So I want to do it every 10 pounds. And just think, you guys, by the end of the year, I'm going to be in Wonderland again, or like friggin' near it. I'm not mad at that, right? Okay, here we go. I think so many times we feel like it's not going fast enough, and it can feel that way. And you really want to manage our mind around it, right? How's that, Kath? Can you see the scale? Yeah, looks like it. Let me see. I gotta undress. Hold on. The other thing is, every time I move my scale, I think it gives me a different answer. Like the way the floor slants or something. Oh no! What? Hold on. We gotta move the scale. We gotta be on even ground. Because there's just no way. That's what I weighed yesterday. That's what happens when I work late. Well, shit, Kath. I'm so close. Ah! All right, next week, sister. Now we gotta talk game plan, because I gotta see where, but I think I'm off my target. Where's my planner? Oh my God, Addie. Get your shit together, Slayer. Okay. See, that wasn't very loving. Watching all my non-loving thoughts to myself. Okay, so here's my plan. Oh, hang on. I'll go this way. The light's softer over here. Okay, you guys, hang on. I got my plan, and I think we are off. So I'm down like 1.5 pounds from last week, so I'm not mad at that. Maui didn't help me gain the ground, right? Well, I shouldn't even say that because it wasn't Maui's fault. I think the staying up late the night before weigh-in is really not conducive, right? Yeah, we're all in this. Yeah, Monday. I can't wait. So in the group, if you're just showing up here, we have this school community. It's free. We're doing a challenge over there, and we're doing food next week or eating or plans or like how you show up for that. Our last challenge was a movement challenge. So 282, what was it, like 282? I think I saw 281 before I turned it, but I'm gonna just say it was 282 flat. I'm gonna take that. And then so I am technically about 4 pounds away from where I would be at. Here, let me show you. On my 90-day plan. So don't mind the coffee. Because this would have been target for this week, right? So I'm 280. So check that shit out, though, you guys. We're going in the right direction. So I'm going to be down in the 270s, but I can absolutely bust this even more, right? So I don't think I'm going to revise. I don't think I'm going to revise my bottom goal yet because I think I can pull more than some weeks. I'm going to pull more than other weeks, right? So you think I'm going to keep it? Yeah, my eyes are like, I do look like I'm stoned, just for the record. Um, I am going to keep, I think I'm going to keep it this week because I've got 5 more weeks and kind of see how it evens out, right? Because some weeks you're up, some you're down, and maybe it'll show up next week. I'm also adjusting because of I my weigh-in day used to be Sunday, and I feel like I just haven't quite caught that up yet, you know? Like, I don't know. Mysterious vampire eyes. Okay, so my game plan for this week, I am going to OMAD. I'm going to close my eating window. So my eating window is going to be noon at the earliest, 5 at the latest. So that I'm going to narrow my eating window for 2 reasons. First, extending that fast, cleaning out my gut a little bit more, doing a little more dopamine reset. And I wouldn't mind throwing in a 36-hour fast, but I do need to do some pretty heavy lifting at work. And it can be distracting for me if I'm fully, it can also be the opposite. It can be really good. So I'm going to kind of play that by ear. I'm going to maybe throw in a 36-hour this week to do like a full cleanse reset. I really wanted to do it when I got back from Maui and I just had to eat. I don't know. It wasn't even hunger. That's the truth of it. So, okay, I might also yeah, I think that's it. I've really been liking, I go down to Whole Foods. I got to figure out when I'm going to do that. No, maybe I'll just get from Safeway. I've been doing like a rack of lamb. Potatoes do not serve me. And this is really hard, Kath, because I, all these thoughts, right? I'm just making it hard for myself. But when you're detoxing from mold, grains, there's like mold in everything, right? Or it's more predominant in those things and you're to avoid them. And so it gives you a very limited menu, if you will, right? And so potatoes are one thing that are typically not, they're not on an anti-mold diet, so I can eat them, but my body loves to hang on to a potato. Like, I don't know why, but that's definitely scale data. That's just a friggin' fact. So I try to not eat them like too close to weigh-in, all of that stuff, you know? So what this told me today, because I had bananas and coconut yogurt and I had my chicken, but I didn't get to the pool. I didn't get to my workout. So I'm committing to that next week, Kath, too. Do you want to commit to your walk every day too? I think that sounds like a plan. We commit to our movement and whatever this eating plan is. I'm sold. I think, like even today, I have group calls that run late, and then I just need to go to the pool and then just do laps if that's the case, right? So I'm going to do that. Okay, you guys. Well, shit. Next week, we're taking the 80s down. We're going to be in those 270s, and then it's just going to be a dance with getting to the 260, 250, 40, 30, 20. Easy. Easy. it can't come off as easily as it went on. That's for sure. I think we like to tell ourselves the story that we can't lose weight. And while I don't think it's as easy maybe as when I was 20, it's still very doable. It's just having to look at what I'm actually putting in my body. And now there's just so many more factors that go into it, right? Like inflammation, hormones, swelling. We doing it easy. TGIF. Thanks for hanging out with me, Kath. I appreciate you more than you know. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for everyone that caught the replay too. Drop in the comments if you are joining in our challenge next week, what your goal is. And if you're doing your own challenge, what are your goals? I'd love to hear about it. All right. Slayer out. Oh, and don't forget the podcast this week, because I do talk about the fuel system, about eating like your future self, in this whole process that came out of this week. So check that out. It'll be out later today on YouTube, and it's already out on the Audible podcast. But you might want to watch the YouTube. I dropped some squirrely shit in there. No pun intended. Wanted to see if anyone's actually watching them, so I dropped some stupid shit in there. All right, Slayer out.